Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Andy. Please settle in with a few deep breaths as the service begins. Welcome to the Berkeley Fellowship of Unitarian Universalists. This is our second Zoom service, coming to you in the safety and comfort of your home and brought to you from our respective homes. I'm Ira X. Armstrong, and I will be your worship associate today. I'm the BFUU Board of Trustees President and the first Black trans president in our association. And next to me is Joanna Holden, smashing the patriarchy with her coffee cup. These online services are an exciting adventure, very challenging and very different for a lot of folks. So none of us are professionals at this, and we're going to just love each other and get through it the best we can. We do these services so that we can balance the needs of keeping ourselves physically safe by encouraging everyone to stay home while enhancing our collective emotional and spiritual well-being with an online meeting place. All the service participants and all the viewers in the Zoom room are practicing physical distancing, but social connecting. Today, we will remember to keep our hearts open, although the doors of our sanctuary are closed. This service will remind us that we're all in this situation together, even when we're not in the same room, and we'll get through this together. Our bonds are forged both by memories and by the new memories that we're creating by learning how to get through this moment together. Melanie DeMore will lead us in our sacred hour together with opening words. Melanie is a vocal activist who brought hope to millions of people with her anthem, "One Foot in Front of the Other," after the 2016 election. Melanie has performed with Linda Tillery and the Cultural Heritage Choir. Melanie records, tours widely, and teaches, and is my beloved mentor and role model as a freedom fighter and vocal activist. Melanie has brought inspiration to BFUU on many previous occasions, and we gratefully welcome her back today. And just as in our in-person services, we invite you to silence your electronics. And also, please feel free to mute yourselves unless you are speaking. And just keep an eye on your mute button if you don't know where it is. If you're on a computer, it's probably at the bottom left corner of your screen. You can also go onto your own picture, if you have a picture there, and mute yourself at any time. Welcome. Melanie.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad that we're here together. It's a beautiful thing that we are connected. And we got this, family. We got this. We got this. Those are my open words. We do more in a little bit of time.
Now it's time to light the chalice, and Cal will help us with that. Let love be the spirit of this congregation and service its goal. This is our living covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truths in life, and to help one another. Next, Cal will light the red candle.
We light the red candle.
And those words are also in the chat. We light our red candle to honor and memorialize Black lives taken too soon by police violence and institutional racism, to proclaim that Black lives matter, and to express hope for a future without racism and violence. Our first song today is Melanie's original composition, "Hold Everybody Up."
So in this one, you gotta put your hands up like this. And if you, let me see those hands up. Woohoo! That's it. So here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
We gotta hold everybody. We gotta hold everybody up. We gotta hold everybody. We gotta hold everybody up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Hold everybody up. And then we clap. Just because you look like you and I look like me, it doesn't mean we can't be friends. You're not my enemy. We go. We gotta hold everybody. We gotta hold everybody up. We gotta hold everybody. We gotta hold everybody up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Hold everybody up. And then we clap again. People all around the world sometimes feel so sad. But when others show they care, well, things don't seem so bad. We gotta hold everybody. We gotta hold everybody up. We gotta hold everybody. We gotta hold everybody up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Hold everybody up, up, up. Big finish. Hold everybody up. Yes. Thank you for singing along. I saw you busted a move, everybody.
You trying.
Ooh, thank you. I'll feel held up.
Good.
Our time for all ages today is a little story, entirely untrue, but something you might relate to. Once upon a time, in the year 2020, there was a proclamation from the city that we all lived in. And that proclamation said, everyone must stay home or everyone is in danger. All of the people scurried to their homes and thought, oh no, I must not have contact with my neighbor. Oh no, I must social distance. They sat quietly in their homes. Sometimes they looked at each other through screens to see if there were still other human beings. Sometimes they walked down the street and stayed far away, making sure not to speak lest some little bit of contagion could get from one person to another. And they did this out of fear. But some of them thought, what if this is love? What would it look like to create a beloved community, even with people you can't touch? What would it look like? What would it mean? And some of them decided to still gather together and see each other's faces on Sunday morning. And some of them decided when they were outside on walks, they would stay physical distance away, that precious 6 feet right now, but still speak to people, wave if they didn't feel safe speaking. And they decided that they would meet every Wednesday on their porches, wherever they were, and sing songs together. And some of them sang those songs, and then more and more people decided to meet and sing songs together, because even when you cannot speak, you can sing. And so that's what they did. And when that time was over, they decided not to go back to the pace of the world before. They decided instead to take their time getting to know each other, to take their time singing together, to take their time singing to the earth, to make sure they cared for each other and for the world. let's imagine that on the other side of whatever this is now, that instead of treating this time as a war that we have to fight, that we understand that we're in the middle of a humanitarian crisis, where when we care for one another in all the ways possible, we get through to the other side together. Let us leave no one behind. Let us leave no one out. And if you know someone who wanted to be here today but who can't be, let's figure out a way to get them here next time. And Doug Chambers will lead the blessing with this little light of mine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
So Melanie will lead us in some meditation.
So family, allow yourself to be as comfortable as Spirit always wants you to be. Allow yourself to know that you are absolutely connected to every living thing. That there is nothing that you are separate from, no matter what you may think or what other folks might say. You are part of this incredible tapestry that makes everything beautiful. And if you're not there, it's just a little bit less beautiful. And so I want you to just breathe in and just see your connection, that weave that connects you to every person, every living, breathing thing on the planet. And let's take a moment to just rejoice in that connection and rejoice in the fact that we are breathing and that we are all under the only one sky that we have. Just take the time, take a breath, and relax. Now what we're going to do, family, is we're going to sing a song called Sending You Light. And each day when I wake up, I decide and think, who am I going to hold up in song today? Here we go. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. One more time. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
Thank you. And we'll end this part with Tom Ruderow singing the metta meditation, and then Cal will place one last stone into the water, representing the silent concerns in all of our hearts.
Sing along with me. May I be safe, may I be well, may I know joy, may I be free, may you be safe, may you be well, may you know joy, may you be free, may they be safe, may they be well, may they know joy, may they be free, may all be safe, may all be well, may all know joy, may all be free.
Thank you so much, Tom. That was beautiful. And now is the time that Cal will place one last stone into the water. Melanie will sing Shine on Me.
This is one of those songs, family, that when I just feel like I'm just think that I can't connect to that light, that thing that is always there, that spirit that keeps me warm and holds me when I can't hold on to myself. And so sometimes you just got to throw your head back and sing. And I'll start us off, and you sing right along with me. It's kind of like each one of us are having a duet. So like me and you, but we're all doing it together. And so I like to call on this song, and it goes like this. Shine on me, oh shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh shine on me, yes shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Lift me up, oh lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, lift me up, oh, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, shine, shine on me, oh, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, shine on me, oh, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me.
I feel that light. Thank you. I am lucky enough to shelter in place with the beautiful Joanna Holden, and she's going to do a different kind of reading for our community this morning.
Hi, everyone. I think we can actually do it. Will you move this, please? Hi, I'm gonna offer a tarot reading for our congregation today. with this beautiful deck of mine, the Numinous Tarot, which I find is good magic for these times we're in. Oh, and here's my familiar to help with the witch work. Lucky, our familiar. So this is just more information for us to use in this week. And one thing I've been really looking to the cards for recently is information about how to stay in touch with my body, my spirit, and my ancestors through this time, and how to remember that I'd say all of our ancestors have been in places like this before, and that we have those gifts and that knowledge with us to carry. And there are different ways of getting in touch with that. I've been cooking a lot this week, making sauerkraut, using a lot of garlic in the kitchen with Ira. And the cards are another way of staying in touch with those gifts that we all carry in bloodlines and our communities of choice. So, and also there's this Monopoly board that our kids were very enthusiastic about playing last night. So we're just going to pull a single card. And this is a little gift for us to carry with us today and for the week to come. The Fool. I'd say I couldn't have asked for a better card for this period where everything that we think we know about the world we live in is being to the winds. I just want you all to get to see this beautiful card. This trans Black person jumping through a rainbow into the stormy seas, through peaceful skies, the great unknown. Our guide here for the deck, and we just have a couple more minutes, but I wanted to share some of the messages here. A nude person leaps boldly from the rocky cliff along the arc of a rainbow and vibrant golden sun. Below them are foamy rough waters breaking in giant waves against the cliff. In the distance, the storm rumbles and lightning flashes. The Fool is the beginning of any and all journeys, the state of excitement, fear, and naivety that convinces us to take the leap forward into the unknown. When the Fool appears in your reading, it just signifies that you or someone else indicated by the reading has begun something bright and new. You know, I know this is hard for us to read when there's so much fear going on, but I think it's important to remember that life is a journey and that these are paths that our ancestors have walked for thousands of years. In this moment, I'm thinking of my Jewish ancestors living in the ghetto, cooking delicious garlic meals to keep away disease, or my Irish ancestors crowded into small villages by British landowners and still keeping alive the stories of our ancestors. You know, for now you are new. The desire, your knowledge, skill, and understanding of the journey have only just sprouted. There's not much to them as of yet. Enjoy this newness, this openness, this tenderness while you can. There may be lightning in the future, yes, and stormy seas, but don't forget about that rainbow. Don't forget about how your passion and curiosity is what led you down this path in the first place. Let your heart guide you above and beyond the fear, wherever you end up going. I love you all. Just remember, it's okay to be afraid. We got you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
This is a time where Melanie will share her morning message with us.
Oh, family, first of all, Joanna, that was beautiful. You know, Alice Walker says, fear is real, but then so is love. You know? And how do we, my whole thing is, I find this whole time a really interesting moment for us. And that the irony is not lost on me that we have this virus that's going around the world, where that the way you deal with it is by being separate from each other. When the last few years has been about borders, keeping people in, keeping people out, keeping us at arm's length from each other. So it's not surprising to me at all, but this is what we're dealing with right now. But we have an opportunity, family, to decide how we want to go forth. We get to redefine what it means to be in community. And it's really, as hard as it is, it's really kind of a beautiful thing. How do we hold each other up? How do we lift each other? How do we hold each other in times like this? It's a matter of intention. You remember back in the day when we would write letters to people and they would be very, very far away, very, very far away. It might take weeks for the letter to get there. And so when we would sit down with a clear intention, we would write and pour all of our love and all of our thought and all of our joys and sorrows into these, into these pieces of paper. And the person receiving that could feel us. And so this is our chance to be able to be intentional about how we radiate love and care. I'm part of a member at large with the Threshold Choirs, which is an organization started by Kate Munger. And if you call them up, they will come to your house, the hospital, or the hospice, or sing to you now over Zoom. And we do our work and we never touch people. Our intention is one of radiating comfort and radiating love. And just because we have to be physically 6 feet apart from each other doesn't mean our hearts have to be that far. Our hearts are impervious to contagion. Our true selves, our spirits can reach much further than all of that. 6 feet is nothing. We can send our intention and our love and light. And every morning I think to myself, again, who am I going to hold in song? Who am I going to hold close? And I realize in this time that we really are connected to everything and everyone. And again, and I love that Joanna talked about ancestors, because all of our ancestors, once they leave the corporeal bodies, all the stuff that we do that keeps us separate, they ain't playing that. All of our ancestors know each other. They recognize each other. They recognize the fact that their connection goes beyond their physical bodies. And so that we are not alone. You think of your ancestors as being the wings, your wings behind you. And they're there now. And when I think about the things that people are doing all across the planet to look after each other, all of these things are connected. Even though we are 6 feet apart from each other and we have to practice this social distancing, the Underground Railroad and all those concepts are still going. We're still taking care of each other in different ways. Whether it is standing on a porch or on a balcony in Italy, everybody singing their lips off together. Or the person who has been down at the ER, who's been down there looking after people, doing everything that they can. When you are intentional towards one person, all of us are washed in that love and that intention. And so even if you're sitting there in your house, if your intention is clear and you radiate that love and you can just radiate, if you can feel that energy. A song came to me that I'm gonna sing for you right now. And if you feel so inclined, you can join me. And, I do a lot of different kinds of work, but this is what came to me. From my heart to your heart, from my heart to your heart, from my heart to your heart, I send you love. From my heart to your heart, from my heart to your heart, From my heart to your heart, I send you love. Just the idea of that. And if we could all do it with me so I can see your hands. Let's try it. From my heart to your heart. And when you do this, you are literally taking your heart energy and you are moving it forward. Here we go. From my heart to your heart, from my heart to your heart, from my heart to your heart, I send you love. From my heart to your heart, from my heart to your heart, from my heart to your heart, I send you love. You know, it's funny, I don't know why I have tears coming into my eyes, but there are, I feel so much around me, you know. And when I go, you know, I've had to go out to the world. And to me, it's again, it's like you don't have to ignore people. You radiate that love like, baby, I know these are hard times. I know these are scary times. But I can give you love. I don't want to give you any germs, but I can certainly give you love. I can certainly acknowledge that you're breathing and that you're there. So how do we hold each other close when we have to hold each other at arm's length? It is our intention. It is really our intention about radiating that love and care and concern. And you know, I have family just like everybody else, all out there, all over the place. Folks is getting together and having like family reunions on Zoom, which is a beautiful thing, you know? And it's more important for us to look in each other's eyes. And it's going to be really interesting to me when we're all through this, and we will get through it, and it will not be the same, but it will be something different, and we will go on in a different way in our lives. I'm going to be interested to see whether or not people will be more inclined to want to be in the same room and see each other in the face, as opposed to sitting at the same table and texting to each other instead of talking to each other. It's going to be really interesting to see how that changes, how we recreate community. How do we redefine it? You know, even though I'm physically far enough from people, in some ways I feel closer because I'm really concentrating and my intention is really clear. I want to end my talk with a song that my friend Kate Munger wrote. And it's one of the sweetest songs ever. And we're all going to do it together. You'll catch on really, really quickly. So we have 2, I am not alone. 2, you are not alone. 2, we are not alone. And this is about intention. So when we're saying I want your hands right here, right here. And this is how it goes. I am not alone. You are here beside me. I am not alone. You are here now. I again, and feel that. I am not alone. You are here beside me. I am not alone. You are here now. You are not alone. You are not alone. I am here beside you. You are not alone. I am here now. One more you. You are not alone. I am here beside you. You are not alone. I am here now. My favorite verse. We are not alone. We are here together. We are not alone. We are here now. We are not alone. We are here together. We are not alone. We are here now. Thanks, family.
I'm not crying, you're crying. Thank you so much, Melanie.
Yeah.
In this way, we will remember to be our strongest individual and collective selves. We will hold on to each other, even when we are at arm's length. Thank you to everyone who worked together on this service. You'd think that there would be less work because we're not gathering in person, and yet the work still stays. So many people have come together for this. Andy on the piano, that beautiful, beautiful way to start the service. Christine A. Lucas, also known as Cal, lighting candles and helping to hold the rituals so that even though we may not have all of the equipment in our individual homes, we all still get to participate in the ritual of stones and candles. Doug Chambers, Graham, Joanna Foley, Joanna Holden, Michael Simpkins, who's our IT person, who's been helping people on the phone and online, getting people Zoom ready, Susan Mackey in our office, Dr. Susan, and also to Tom for that beautiful, beautiful singing. Thank you to all of our participants in the Zoom room. And it looks like, should we see how many of us there are? It looks like there are 40 of us online together right now. And that doesn't include the fact that some of us have more than one person in a room. So at least 40 of us here right now. What a gift to be here together. There are announcements in the order of service. I'm not sure how many people have access to that. It's going to be, I don't know how great you all are with email. It's not my favorite form of communication, but we are communicating regularly and it is a thing that can be found. Every week, Susan Mackey will send out the link to the Zoom. We'll try to open the Zoom room up a few minutes before 10:30 so that people can start to gather in. You can also text Susan Mashiyama or Ira if you're having any trouble getting online, and we can help you get online. If you'd like someone to sing you a song or play you an uplifting piece of music over the phone or by Zoom, you can contact Dr. Susan so you can be connected with a singer-musician. And if you'd like to sing or play for someone, please let her know. What an important announcement. Reverend Carey invites members and friends of BFUU to join her for reflection and connection on Tuesday afternoons in April, hosted on Zoom. You can see, thank you, Paikea, has put the announcement up, and you can email Dr. Carey, Reverend Dr. Carey. Her email address is reverendcarey@bfuu.org. For those of you who are on the phone and can't see the announcement, again, it's REVCARRIE@bfuu.org. You can also still call the church office and Susan Mackey will point you in the right direction. What a blessing Susan Mackey is. Have I missed any announcements? Oh, after the service is concluded, we will stay online for a few minutes so people can chat and see each other. And move forward, we might also try to do experiment with some breakout rooms. All right, so that's our announcements. At this time, oh, also, we value feedback on services. You can use the chat box at the bottom of your screen to comment, and you can also use the feedback form which Pikaia created. It's the online version of the familiar form you write at the end of the service in Fellowship Hall, and that should appear in the chat box soon. Thank you, Sharon, so much for keeping the chat box current. As we share our responsibility for the home which we are creating together, Graham Gordon Walker will play his original composition, The Hedgehog's Dilemma, on the guitar. Your pledges and offerings can be sent by mailed check to BFUU at 1606 Bonita Avenue in Berkeley, 94709. You can also use PayPal to send to office@bfuu.org, or you can put aside your donation in an envelope by your computer to bring in when we resume in-person services. And here is Graham's piece. Oh, thank you, Graham. That was really beautiful. As we consecrate our monetary gifts, we can repeat the familiar words, and Sharon has really lovingly placed them in the chat. So if you can see that chat, you can also read it along to the work of this fellowship, which is creating beloved community within and far beyond these walls. We dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings. And now Melanie will lead us in one foot in front of the other.
Okay. First of all, before I do this song, I would suggest in this time that if you have, toys that are sitting on shelves that are dusty, I have taken out all of my toys. How many people out there have a penguin tambourine? I'm just saying. My Black Panther action figures and toys. This is your time to play. Do so. Invite that little kid back in. Let them run around in the house in your jammies and your socks. Here we go. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Call response. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. Don't you give up.
Don't you give up.
Keep moving on, keep moving on. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. I know you're scared.
I know you're scared.
I'm scared too.
I'm scared too.
But here I am, right next to you.
Right next to you.
We gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. We gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope.
Don't give up hope.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
Don't you give up.
Don't you give up.
Keep moving on.
Keep moving on.
You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. And lead with love. And lead with love. And lead with love. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Christine and I will together, and Joanna will together extinguish the flame of this chalice, and you can read along with us.
We extinguish the chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of spirit. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. Is it okay if I go ahead with the closing circle?
Please.
One of my favorite parts, where we all stand in a circle and we're all looking at each other and singing the same song and holding hands. So picture that circle as we sing the song. Circle around for freedom, circle for relief, for all of us in prison, circle for relief, circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for all of us in prison. Keep the circle.
Thank you. Let us hold each other in circle. If you do not yet have a church buddy or two, it's a good time to find one. That means that we're calling each other once a day or so, or texting, or whatever form of communication works for you. To make sure that everyone receives a call or a text to say, how are you doing? How's your heart? Do you have food? Do you have toilet paper? Are there things that you need? Let us not make a symbolic circle only. Let us make a real circle where we care for each other and each other's needs. Melanie will close our service with a benediction.
May you be blessed. May you be held. May the light that shines within you burn bright for all to see.